Good evening and welcome to Newswatch on this Monday, the last day of March 2025. Can you believe it? We are done with the first quarter of 2025. Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, the station where you look and live. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murede. Let's take a look at the day's news. Now, ahead of the Mount Kenya region tour, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has accused the president of launching projects that do not belong to the Kenya Kwanza government. According to Gachagua, a majority of the projects which Ruto is set to launch were allegedly pioneered by his predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta. The former Deputy President has also asked President Ruto to cease lying to the people. The tour, which is set to start tomorrow, marks the president's first visit to the region since the impeachment of his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, who was accused of tribalism, among other charges.
Ruto ataenda maendi, ataenda maendi. Nani akona ukabila ndani ya Kenya? Nani alipeleka Rigathi nyumbani? Nani ameharibu uchumi ya Kenya? Ni nani ataenda nyumbani 2027?
Si umesikia rais anakuja hapa? Anakuja anakuja kufanya nini? Sisi tunataka kumwambia William Ruto, wewe unakuja hapa Mlima Kenya, ukuwe mtu ya kuongea ukweli. Project zile zote ziko hapa katika mlima ni zile zilianzishwa na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Hakuna project hata moja yako. Kwa hivyo wewe ukija hapa useme project umefanya ni gani? Zile project ziko ni za Uhuru Kenyatta, umekataa kumaliza. Lakini usikuja kudanganya watu ya Mlima Kenya. Ati leo jioni ameita Inoro na Kameme akuje kudanganya nyinyi. Mtamusikiza? Muko tayari kwa chama yetu mpya? Mwezi wa 5. Kasongo aende asiende? Atembee asitembee?
Now, staying on the same breath, President William Ruto has today arrived at Sagana State Lodge ahead of his 5-day tour of Mount Kenya development, which starts tomorrow, April 1st. Mount Kenya region, which had been a strong supporter of Ruto in the 2022 presidential elections, took a turn against the president following the impeachment of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, which took place 5 months ago. Since then, the region has largely turned against the president, with many vowing not to support his re-election bid in 2027. The upcoming tour is seen as both a major economic boost for the region and a strategic political move by the president. Addressing the nation this evening through media, President William Ruto has accused his former deputy president of threatening to make him a one-term president. The president added that Gachagua had demanded 10 billion shillings to give to leaders, to quiet the leaders from the mountain region and prepare for his re-election in the 2027 election. Well, we shall be having more on the Mount Kenya tour in our subsequent bulletins. Stay tuned. Now, on a similar breath, Embu Senator Alexander Munyi Mundigi has urged residents to disregard calls for disruptions ahead of the president's visit to Embu County this week. Speaking to the press after a church service at AIPCA Kadhangariri in Manyata constituency, the senator stressed the importance of maintaining decorum during the head of state's visit. Senator Mundigi also highlighted the significance of the visit, noting that it presents an opportunity for the community to benefit from key development initiatives.
Kenya tuko nchi ya demokrasia na tumeona watu wengi wakisema yoyote wanataka, lakini hiyo mambo ya ukamatwa hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Lakini kama mkutano sio wako, iko anja gani ya kwenda kupiga kelele? Mkutano sio yako ya kwenda kupiga kelele ya mkutano mwingine. Kama unataka kupiga kelele, si hata wewe uende utengeneze mkutano yako. Kwa hivyo mimi ningeomba watu wale wanapenda Mwenyezi Mungu, mambo ya watu wa Embu County, tafadhali tuungane pamoja tuweze kuenda kukaribisha rais wetu wa Kenya ambaye ni William Ruto na Profesa Abraham Kithure na pia Linda Asiwale wengine, tuwape baraka, kwa sababu hata Biblia inasema watu wakitembea, wageni wakitembea, unafaa muwapokee ndio waweze kuacha baraka. Lakini kuna mali nyingine inasema wakati mtu anatembea akikosa kupokewa anawacha mambo si mazuri, lakini kuna hakika rais wa Kenya ni mpenda amani, atawacha mambo mazuri. Ajenda yetu najua ni mambo ya irrigation, ni mambo ya barabara, ni mambo ya afya, ni mambo ya agriculture na vitu zile zingine, na ninajua ako na mambo atakuja naye mazuri kwa hii kipindi ambayo imebakia.
Moving on, as the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC selection panel continues with the process of recruiting new commissioners, CITAM's presiding Bishop Kalisto Odede has urged the panel to uphold integrity in the selection process. He emphasized the need to appoint individuals who meet the constitutional criteria and remain independent of party politics.
That's a very hot seat, the seat of the IEBC commissioner, because normally that's the organ that has been tasked with the responsibility of electing members of parliament, senators, governors, and MCAs, but also the president. So the stakes are extremely high when it comes to who will actually be the IEBC chairman. And there are vested interests from different parties and different individuals. There are forces also that are working behind the scene in order to appoint a person that they would consider to be favorable to them. We have the committee that was appointed by Parliament that's going on with their task. It's being chaired by Reverend Dr. Nelson Makanda, who used to be the General Superintendent of Evangelical Alliance. I don't envy him that position. It's a difficult position, and my prayer is that they would wisely choose a person who meets, first of all, the criteria that have been set in the Constitution, but then secondly, that they would not play into party politics, that they would alienate themselves into party politics. I'm aware that a number of candidates who have been proposed, already people are circulating issues about them that shows they were either leaning to one party or another. Now, until they have come out clearly and stated that they do not associate with the party, that this is something in their past, I think people ought to remain suspicious until they clear themselves that this was a past event that's not part of their lifestyle currently, as the IEBC Commission is choosing. But we would want to pray that we would go for a person of integrity, a person who cannot be deeply swayed, a person who cannot be manipulated, because in the final end, the fate of the country rests in their hands. And our prayer is that the committee would be led smoothly, and that whatever three candidates also they'll hand over to the president also will be wise in the choice of who he appoints as the chairman of IEBC. But we look forward to it. We've been waiting for a long time because there are some matters that can't progress, including the constituency divisions, without the IEBC chairman.
While commenting on the recent cabinet reshuffle, Bishop Odede stated that the president should be looking at efficiency and productivity while appointing leaders instead of his political survival. The many changes in the cabinet last week saw President William Ruto fire Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi. The move comes barely a day after the head of state referred to Muturi as incompetent when he served as the Attorney General.
Our president is being motivated by several, I would think so, motivation. At the top of that motivation is survival. He needs to survive until he finishes this term, but secondly, he is seeking a second term. And so when it comes to political appointments, that plays a major role. So when he removes one and places another, we need to look at it with the eyes of how does that translate in terms of his survival. Should that be the motivation for the president in an appointment for political leaders? I really don't think so. I think there should be efficiency. I think we should be looking at productivity. because where we are right now, not only do we have challenges in the health docket, we have challenges in the education docket. And these are some of the key dockets in the country. And all of them, because there are some things that have been done, decisions that have been made that perhaps should not have been made the way they were made, or some introduction of new direction, how students are receiving their fees in the university, or how, or whether we are going with SHA or NHIF as we used to have. And some of these things don't seem to be working. While theoretically we are being told they are working, they don't seem to be working. Currently, I'm aware hospitals that are privately owned, particularly those that are mission owned by churches, are trying to down their tools because the bills that they are owed by the government are insurmountable. And I just noticed yesterday the government has gazetted a new group and a new team to go through the bills before coming up again with direction whether these people will be paid. So all these are making people angry that what ought to be working is not working. People go to hospital, you have to pay a certain amount of money. The hospitals have refused until you cough some money. They can't accept the SHA. People are angry with that. And I do think the government needs to come to a place where things are working. And if the new appointments are going to make things work, we would be happy.
Well, that story by Alice Diana all the way from Sitam, Kisumu, takes us on a short break on Newswatch tonight. We have more coming up after the break.
Aya, I'm not go TV stream. It's free. Go TV stream iko mkononi na ni free. Download Go TV Stream app for free. We enjoy live TV na shows kamia nane. Download and watch later, anytime, anywhere. Go TV Stream iko mkononi na ni free. Available to active subscribers. Go TV, love it.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
One thing I've learned about leadership, just generally leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right? He's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right? Like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down. All right? But you allow her to, you pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you, you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization, but you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the day. Because you're the leader. Isn't it? You know, so that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. Now, following the recent reaction of a section of Kenyans towards the death of prominent people and leaders losing their loved ones in the country, Presiding Bishop of Christ is the Answer Ministries, Callisto Odede, has called on Kenyans to reflect human emotions to those who have been bereaved. Speaking in Kisumu after attending a church service in Sitam, Kisumu, Bishop Odede noted it is unfortunate that Kenyans have been responding in anger towards their leaders who are in mourning.
Over the last few days, I think we've seen something unusual, especially in the social media, with Kenyans hitting out at a leader who was bereaved, with a feeling that the leader had wronged them, so they took on the position that the bereavement was actually a punishment on the leader, and they seem to be rejoicing and celebrating over that. It's coming out of anger, reflecting what they consider the leader to have said at some point. So they think whatever the leader said was actually deserving the kind of experience when the leader has been bereaved. I think that's very unfortunate, because there is a measure of humanity that needs to be in us, the humanity to empathize and identify with those who are bereaved, to walk the journey with them, to encourage them and strengthen them, regardless of what they have done. It's a difficult time for them, rather than taking it as an opportunity to rejoice and celebrate over it. That ought not to be. Even if we are angry, we still need to be human and reflect human emotions and human tendencies of reaching out to those who are bereaved. It's unfortunate that it has gone to that extent. I know there are many things that have angered us as a nation, but even in responding in our anger, we need to be moderate in terms of what we do and what should we not do.
To matters education, Governor Wavinya Ndeti has assured residents that her government will continue supporting education to ensure that no child is left behind. Speaking at the Machakos Kenyatta Stadium during the Education Prize-giving ceremony, the governor highlighted her administration's efforts to improve learning conditions. She mentioned that her government has drilled boreholes and distributed water tanks to schools to ensure access to clean water. Governor Wavinya also emphasized her administration's focus on early childhood development education, also known as ECDE. She assured residents that the county is working to improve ECDE infrastructure by constructing new classrooms and providing necessary learning materials.
My administration is gradually turning the tide around for our students here in Machakos County. Since I took office, my government has awarded bursaries to students worth, that is the year 2020, 2022, 2023, we gave 80 million. 2023, 2024, we gave 120 million. 2024 now, 2024, 2025, we are going, now we have been told not to give bursary, we are doing empowerment. And we have put 120 to empower our children. That is 120 million. Again, to cushion our brilliant students and daughters from challenged backgrounds from the cruel hands of poverty and lack, my administration introduced full scholarship program for over 300 students drawn from the wards in Machakos County. Their fees was paid full from Form 1 to Form 4. I also pay fees from my pocket for over 500 students, both secondary and university.
Across our borders, Marine Le Pen has been barred from seeking public office for 5 years, effective immediately after being found guilty of embezzlement by a French court. The ruling is a significant blow to the far-right leader's chances in the 2027 presidential race. While Le Pen can appeal the verdict, the ruling will still stand, making her ineligible for office unless overturned, which could effectively rule her out of the upcoming election. The judge also found 8 other current or former members of Le Pen's party guilty of illegally using European Parliament funds for personal gain. Le Pen and the others could face up to 10 years in prison, though they have the option to appeal, which could lead to a new trial.
One thing I've learned about leadership, just generally in leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right? He's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right? Like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down. All right? But you allow her to, you pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization, but you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the leader. Because you're the leader.
You're the leader.
Isn't it? You know. So that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Did they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back. In business, Safaricom has launched a premium exclusive customer engagement platform called Emerald, designed to provide top-tier customers with exclusive rewards and unmatched benefits. This launch has happened over this weekend following the introduction of Safaricom Hook, a dynamic platform targeting the youth population with digital services.
Today actually marks a milestone for us. It's a great milestone on our journey
to delivering personalized experiences to our customers. What's interesting is that 50% of your revenue contribution comes through M-Pesa, and that's why we are here today in the month that M-Pesa was born, so that we can celebrate M-Pesa at 18 with all of you. You have been with us on this journey from 2007, and that's why we are here celebrating this launch of the Emerald platform in the month when we celebrate the birth of M-Pesa. Our desire then is to start a promise today where we will engage with you on 3 main platforms. The first is leveraging technology to make your lives much, much easier. The second is giving you experiences that, such as this, allowing you the opportunity to come and engage with people like you. And then thirdly, at the center of everything that you do, you told us that purpose is important. What Emerald is going to represent is personalized propositions, priority care, and just ensuring that we can engage in a way that delivers purpose.
Now, getting to Marta Sports, let's have a look at the Kenya Premier League results, where Shabana FC won 3-0 against Murang'a Steel at Gusii Stadium, while on the other side, Police FC got a slight win of 1-0 against Costa Rangers at Kenyatta Stadium. On the other side, diving at the FA Cup quarterfinals results, Manchester City got a win of 2-1 against AFC Bournemouth at Vitality Stadium, while Aston Villa got a big win of 3-0 at their home ground, Villa Park, against Preston FC last night. And we have come to the end of Newswatch this evening. Thank you for watching. God willing, see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. for the day's news. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night.